It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. A fairly short kick from the 14. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
2-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv, and you run into a tough crowd.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He's going to go up top again. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Seattle.
This is Carson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
33-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Flushed out right, and it's incomplete.
Wilson. Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
They'll take over.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McDonald into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Intercepted.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf. That's caught inside the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
A gain of 40 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
Carson, the Seahawks.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A 2nd and 3 from the 9.
Brings up 2nd.
Now a toss play. It's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
The ball carrier.
Chris Carson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Steven Sims, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Throwing again. McDonald. That's taken in by Callaway. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Throwing on first down. McDonald.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you.
And now look at him go. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, it's McDonald. Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. From the 31, Wilson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Out of the gun, McDonald.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, McDonald. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On 1st down, McDonald. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
He lets it fly. He's got a man complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 43 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Montez Sweat with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Third and long, it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards, the final tally.
First and 10 at the
operating from the gun. McDonald right after the... And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Callaway with his second touchdown here in this first half. And Washington has taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On second down, it's Carson. Carson, the first down and more. The 40, the 30, past the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
You're trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
And it's third down.
Third down, Carson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure.
Touchdown, Washington! Antonio Gibson, 94 yards. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted, a loss of a full 6 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And this is going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
45-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with his 16th touchdown of the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
The 36-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Seattle.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Back to the air on second down. McDonald slings this deep from McLaurin. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Jay Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over first and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
It's a gain of
back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
To Chris Carson.
Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
And it's third down.
On third down, Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 33. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
Yeah, and it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Complete to Philip Dorsett. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Seattle.
Got it. Hey, alert. He's coming. We got double up.
On first down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. McDonald, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. On 1st and 10, McDonald. And he whips that one incomplete there. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over in your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on?
There he goes, right side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. And he's able to put it through.
Makes this Washington 56. Seahawks 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run again with Carson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now Wilson on third down. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. Here we go on fourth with Wilson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard.
Operating from the gun. McDonald, the quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
McDonald.
He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this, because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You got to now plan for those legs as well as him throwing the football.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
To number 14.
DK Metcalf. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back.
Jason Myers.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he's got this one complete to Callaway. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop him.
44-yard line.
The throw over the middle taken in. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
4 yards.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Open man here, Sims complete.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Throwing on first down, McDonald, and that'll be complete to the running back Gibson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. That one caught by Gibson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Washington on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he finds McLaurin. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another catch for him. He's over the 250-yard mark now for the game, and he's got another first down. This will be caught at about the 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Looking to throw on second down. McDonald, that's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Auden Tate, his second touchdown on the season. And this offense is running away with this one. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
70. Seahawks 28.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver.
Completion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here for Callaway. Skirts by him at the 35. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
7-yard line.
And out will come the offense as they take over. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. They find some open field here. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
95.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Now this will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
He'll find Gibson here complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well.
He's got it at the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Now it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Yeah, boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
7-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
84.